My name is James Williams Jr. If you're watching this and you've seen the last three videos, then you should know that I likes to keep this shit real. So I was mentioning how I work at the place and the lady's husband that I work with doesn't like me or whatever, and he's not man enough to say it. I guess he's such a big man, but he's afraid that this little man right here who knows kung fu is gonna beat him to death, which the thought crosses my mind on a regular basis, which is why I left his name off, because I don't know who's watching and I know how close they are to these people. Alright? I try to do that respectfully so that, I don't want to bring anybody else in my life onto my YouTube channel because, I don't really have the right to do that. I do have the right to speak freely. I do have the right to name them. But out of respect for certain people, I choose not to do so. So, I was talking about Kenny Brown. I love Kenny Brown. I have no idea where he is right now, but I love Kenny Brown. So, when I first got the job down at the Independent Resource Center, you know, I was having two jobs, and they gave me a job when no one else would. So, I don't really make a lot of money, if any at all, just to cover my ass. I'm lucky if I get over $100. So, at this time, I was barely making that. And I'm not a mean person. I'm by far not a fucking saint, alright? I'm nowhere near ever. God's not going to look down and shine bright lights on me and say, yeah, you're a fucking saint, fella. You're the next archangel would probably be the job that God would give me. So, I'm working, and I ask him nicely. I'm done with the job. Like, literally, I'm done. I'm, like, totally done with the job. Except for that one damn spot that he's sitting in. So, I ask him nicely, like a half hour before I leave, if he could please move. And I did say please. He just chose not to move. 15 minutes later, I come back. Because my job is basically done. All I need to do is get that one spot, and he's sitting in a pile of dirt. And I'm like, look, dude, I really got to get this spot. Could you please move? And he's like, okay, give me a couple of minutes. So I go back. I go back and try to find something else to do to clean up the spot. And so I do that. I go back and I clean up. And he hasn't moved yet. So I'm getting frustrated because I'm getting paid by the hour. And everything that I need to be done is done. Except for that one fucking spot. And I know that my boss isn't going to pay me to stand around and do fucking nothing. This isn't MC Hammer days where, you got paid to stand there and look good. That's not a fucking option. So, I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And he still ain't moved. So now I'm pissed off, because I done asked this man 3 times to freaking move. My second father, Rick, was still alive at the time. So, you know what happens next. I went up there and I asked Kenny to move one more time. And he just all out refused to move. Well, I was no longer black, white, or Native American. I hate to use this word, but I was all fucking nigger. All fucking nigger. So, unfortunately, I grabbed the handles of his wheelchair. I unlocked the brakes. I slid him off the rug that had the big old pile of leaves and dirt right there. Sucked the shit up with the vacuum. Cut the vacuum off. Rolled him right back. Dumped the vacuum. Wrapped the cord. Went on back down there. Got my stuff. Cleaned up everything else that needed to be done before all this happened. And then I went the hell on home. I think I hadn't been home maybe 15 minutes. And my second father, Rick, had called me and asked me what in the hell did I do to Kenny Brown. And I said, what the hell you mean, what did I do to Kenny Brown? He said, you did something to him because he is highly upset at you. And he's done told Tom all kinds of stuff. Tom is my boss. I'm not giving any last names except for Mr. Kenny Brown. He's in a wheelchair and he's not like the rich guy that I used to work for at Browns. I don't even know what that guy looks like. But this guy's not rich by sure. So, I said, well, Rick, I asked the man to move like 9 times. I really only asked him 3 times, but it felt like 9 times because it just like his brain capacity just wasn't like hearing me ask him. And I didn't just ask, I begged him to move. He's like, well, why did you move him? I said, was I supposed to leave that pile of dirt right there so I could be fired? He said, well, you probably should have left that pile of dirt right there because you just might get fired because Tom is highly pissed off at you. He wants you to come and apologize to Kenny. I said, well, you tell Tom. I will come and apologize to Kenny tomorrow. I will apologize the next day I come to work because I'm not walking all the way to hell back down there to say I'm sorry to someone who wouldn't let me do my damn job. And so he went in there, he explained to Tom that I only moved him because I asked him 3 times to move and that I didn't want to get fired for leaving that pile of dirt right there, which Kenny refused to fucking move from. So when the day came, I never apologized. And Tom had a little talk with me, and I told him, I said, well, look, man, you want me to leave a pile of dirt right there. That's fine. But if you're going to fire me for doing my job, that's on you. And so I don't think Tom's liked me after that. But I didn't get fired, which is always a plus. It's probably why I've been walking on eggshells forever. But, it's just the concept of, you at somebody's job. If they ask you to please get out of the way, give them some damn courtesy and get out of the way. And while we're on stuff like that, since I also got fired on my day off from one job or another, you don't go to somebody else's job and make a mockery of themselves because you're a fucking customer. You don't do that. There's an etiquette to everything. And the worst damn thing you could ever do is go on somebody's job and treat them like dog shit because you're a customer. It's like the worst thing ever. But I'm going to tell you what. You better never do it in a restaurant. And you better never do it where someone who will find out where you work at. Because I'm one of them people. I don't go to other people's jobs and show my ass. But if you came to my job and showed your ass, you better hope like hell that I don't find out where you work. Because I'm going to go back to your job. And maybe you'll be in the same situation where I'm in, where you can't afford to get fired. Because you don't have money coming in, like talking about it. And what little bit you have is all you have. So then I can come to your job with boogers and snots in my nose and my attitude and just fucking be the biggest fucking dick that ever was. And then you'll think about that shit when you go to someone else's job who's struggling to make a living. Like people who do food services do, they make like maybe roughly $2.50 a fucking hour, and they work long hours and stand up all fucking day and serve you food, and you don't even want to leave them $5 for a tip. I understand if you're poor and you can't tip because you can just barely afford the meal that you had. I get that, and they get that. But you can try. You can try. But you don't go to somebody else's job and be a straight fucking asshole because you feel like you have the right to do that. You don't. People working just like you work. They work to feed their families. No one knows what someone's situation is when they come up to you and ask you, would you like fucking fries with that? Now, you don't know what that person's situation is. Now, if they're a teenager, they could have had a baby early. Maybe the daddy walked away and just said, fuck that bitch. It happens. Or maybe it's the vice versa. Maybe the mother had the baby and dropped the baby off on the motherfucker's doorstep and said, look, nigga, you can take care of this bitch. I'm gone. And never comes back. It happens. Shit happens. Nothing is impossible. Shit happens. All the time. So you have to be aware of that. And you have to be aware that just because you have it better than someone else doesn't mean that your shit can't be taken from you. Because anything you have can be taken from you at any given time. Unless you're born into like a family with millions. But then again, that can be taken from you too. On the right day, at the right time. Your dad might say, you know what, I made my millions the hard way. Get off your ass and go make yours. You're not getting my money. I'll leave it to my cats. Hey, rich people do dumb shit all the time. Alright? Wish some of those rich people would leave me some money. But it's just the principle of the thing. You don't go to work or somebody else's job and make an ass of yourself. When I worked at Sears, when I got fired on my day off, there was a gay guy and a couple of Sears co-workers. And I'm going to tell you about that. I don't know none of their names, so all I can tell you is you'll enjoy this story. I got fired on my day off. I'll get to all that. I would go to work, and every other day, if not every day, I had to clean a picture of a dick. Literally, a dick. Off a wall in a stall in the men's bathroom. And as bad as that was, with boogers, I had to go into the women's bathroom, and it was far worse. I had to clean out tampon packs things, and sometimes they didn't, even give a fuck. It just oozed all over the place. Which is not really a woman's fault, but you can be more discreet about how you clean up behind yourself. And the worst part about the women's bathroom is that they played in feces. I mean, they literally played in feces, like all over the walls and all this. Like they shit in their hand and just start smearing over the wall. And I was always thinking to myself, if you have to sit down to pee and poop, how the fuck do you miss? Okay? So, every day there was something when I worked at Sears. Every fucking day. Yes, Sears in Charlottesville at the mall. You can't sue me. Fuck you. Anyway, so it's a true story. I got fired on my day off because I'm getting to that. So, being on part Native American, I'm very proud of my heritage. Thanksgiving was on the come up. I just got in trouble with a lady at work because I didn't clean the bathrooms clean enough one day, and I worked this job every day of the week, every day except for Saturday and Sunday, until the Sunday I got fired. So I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and so the next day, because the day I scrubbed everything, she came to me and said, you're not cleaning the toilets good enough. I said, okay, I'll take care of it tomorrow. Tomorrow the toilets will be so clean you can eat off of it, which it was true. I came to work early. The boss let me in. I scrubbed those motherfucking toilets from stem to stern in the ladies' room. I went to the ladies' room and spent about an hour in there. And that's like maybe 20 minutes on each toilet. So I know I spent about an hour in there, plus sinks. And we had this foam stuff. I sprayed it every fucking where. It was like I set off a fucking foam bomb up in that bitch. Same lady, zofted looking white chick, big fat ass, big titties, big gut. She wasn't like fat, but she was fat, but she was toned. So as Margaret Cho would say, she was zofted. I left enough foam up on that motherfucker that you could have enough foam parties. You could throw foam at people for days. That's how much foam I left in there. So I cleaned that room first. Then I spent maybe 30 minutes in the men's bathroom because there's only like 3 urinals and 2 toilets. Now we're in the ladies' bathroom. You have like 9 damn toilets or better, plus the handicap toilet, which was the biggest one. So I had to start up that end. So then she meet me outside the men's bathroom. She goes, there's so much soap and stuff on the toilet. I have to wipe it off so I can use it. I said, hold on. Yesterday it wasn't clean enough. Today it's too clean. Make up your fucking mind. I said, I said, hold on. With all that soap and stuff on the toilet, if it's still too dirty for you to eat off of it, then you need to go home and wash your ass. Last thing I said to her. She ain't speak to me no more. I meant what I said when I said what I said. And I went to the ladies' bathroom on the other part with the mechanics at, and did the same goddamn thing. There was enough foam in there when you walked in there, you could see foam dripping off the toilets. So, that went away for a couple of days. I ain't think about that. A couple of weeks went by, and a month went by, Thanksgiving hit. And when Thanksgiving hit, I wasn't invited to the Thanksgiving party, but they fucked up that entire lounge. And there was overflow everywhere. There was trash and puke, and nobody could go get the toilet paper stuff to clean up, and nobody could get the trash bags. And I went the fuck off. I left all my blackness and whiteness behind and was straight full-blooded Cherokee that day. And I went the fuck off on this Amazon broad because she came in and she started it by asking me what was my motherfucking problem. And I came out my mouth with some words that I normally would never use. And I straight up said, you my motherfucking problem, bitch. And granted, I might have went over the top with that. But, hey, at that time, she was victim number 1. And that's pretty much the best I can say, that she was victim number 1, because she shouldn't have came down at me like that. And knowing that they had that Thanksgiving party and I wasn't invited, that shit wasn't cool. And since it wasn't cool, I kind of flipped out. I take full responsibility for my flipping out. But there's a time and a place for everything. And that was not the place. But it sure as hell was the fucking time. Because me and this woman had problems before. Since I had been working there, we had fucking problems. And I had finally reached my boiling point where I just said, fuck it. I'm going to stop taking this shit from these damn pale-faced motherfuckers, and I'm going to do what the fuck I need to do. And I did. So then Christmas time came around, and the first movie with Ice Cube out called Friday. And I went to go see it that Friday night. And by Sunday morning, my ass was fired. Which again, people came to the job and did shit. And I was like, when the lady and I had the discussion about the bathroom, I told her, I said, look, my job is to clean this bathroom. I don't come here on my off time and give you a hard time about, my shit in the box back there that you didn't stack in the box properly. No, it's not my place to do that. Plus, I'm not allowed in the back. But she kind of rolled the ball, and I rolled that ball all the way into hell because I got fired. So, I got fired over some dumb shit. I'll make a video about that. All right, so I'm done with that, and I'm done with the racial stuff. Hopefully, but if you guys like what I wrote down, leave a comment. Get people to watch it later.